So I luckily found time to watch the third episode of Overlord, and I don't know how to, I don't know how to describe it other than more world building because uh, what we see is our main character. He sees with a remote mirror a village getting attacked, and at first he is like, just leave them. But then he remembers a friend of his that, uh, and that is really weird. His name is Touch Me. Yeah, that's really weird. How he saved him when he was being attacked because he was a non-human, our main character, uh, and without anything, without expecting anything. So he decided to save them. But the first one he saved, they are afraid of him because of his inhuman appearance. Even thought he helped them. Uh, I'm not sure if he used a memory wipe spell on them, but he later appears in the village after sending a death knight to save them uh, with a mask and gloves so they can't see that he is inhuman. And there we get told about like the land, uh, how many kingdoms there is, or you could call it countries, since the kingdom could be considered a country, and also that in I think it's called Airash, there is a village, not a village, a guild for adventures where they basically, you can request them like to take down a monster. We also learned a little thing about Albdeo. He has a very nice armor. I will most likely use this the armor thumbnail because I like that. And she looks down on humans because they are weak compared to them, compared to uh, the basically, let's say, the guardians. But we learn what we learn is basically this episode is primarily world building. That is basically all it is. And I know that some people will not like this episode. Let us say it like this: people who don't like this, shall we say, people who just want action, 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 will most likely dislike minority of this episode because there isn't much action. It's mostly dialogue, uh, where they basically build up the worlds. And for me, I really like it because I get invested in the characters. It's not like, why should I care about this guy and why should I care about this guy? I really like Overlord. I actually hope that I'm not sure if it has. Oh wait, yes, it has a manga as I recall. I really hope that comes to the West so we can so I can get that and enjoy it because I have seen I have looked up the fan translation of the manga because it's not as horrible. Actually, the first one that's how horrible I wouldn't read it was Overlord. But enough about that. And it looks like they adapted it perfectly. And also, what I hear from the, shall we say, light novel readers uh, on another reviewer called Chivi's Review, they adapted it perfectly. It's perfectly adapted. And that makes me happy because I like getting good stuff. And this stuff is good. The only thing I fear is that, as I recall, isn't this Madhouse, which means that we won't get a season 2 most likely, because Madhouse doesn't do season 2s. Of course, they could hand it over to another studio, but man, let me just say, If you like a good world building, a good story, and don't need like action, then you will like this episode. I highly recommend people who likes, as I said, good world building to watch this episode. I really wish that I had time to watch the fourth episode, but sadly that will have to wait till tomorrow, since I have to go to work tomorrow. But well, this is pretty much all I have to say about Overlord, because as I said, there didn't happen much in this episode. So you guys have a good day, good night wherever you live, and see you guys.